It was after sleeping with a few different women that I realized, wow, I am doing things here that girls are not supposed to be able to do. The clitoris is the only organ on the human body that's specific purpose is pleasure, and it follows that having a large clitoris is just a very positive thing.
Unfortunately though, even for those intersex people who escape the surgeon's knife, the pressure to conform continues throughout life.
As a teenager, I stopped growing. My mom wanted to take me to a new gender clinic, and it was an absolute nightmare. They said that they had assigned me the wrong sex because there was no way that I could live a normal, healthy life with the genitals I have, and they couldn't make me decent male ones. And it would have been much easier to make me a girl than it would have been to make me a boy, and now I was nothing. I was literally told this. I was 14 years old. They said, you're not male, you're not female, and that's all there is in this world is male and female. You're nothing.
I was taught to be masculine, I was taught to be male, I was told to pass as a boy, I was taught to strive to be as boy-like as possible. It's absurd. I can't measure up to being male. The truth of my identity is that I'm an intersex person. I have this outside physical appearance that is very masculine, but I'm wearing it, you know? I'm wearing this over who I am. I get to be this intersex person in man drag.
The idea was that I could not live an adult life without a set of genitals that looked absolutely male. Why? Well, you can't go into men's bathrooms. What do you mean I can't go into men's bathrooms? I've been going to men's bathrooms all my life. Well, you can't stand at a urinal. I got news for you. Any man with a pot belly that hangs over his cock has to sit to pee. Being able to stand to pee is not a guarantee of having a fully formed, normal-sized penis.
There's a way to make an entrance.
This is my destiny.
It was now a conspiracy of witches.
Download Veely today.
A lot of intersex people are born with no visible difference of the genitals. They grow up without any idea until puberty. But for them too, there is pressure to have their bodies conform.
When I was 15, I had been physically developed for quite some time, but had never begun to menstruate. My mother and I became concerned and decided I should go to a doctor and just make sure everything was okay.
They assumed that my hymen had closed so that I was menstruating and that the blood wasn't coming out and that was causing the pain. So they went in and did, that was my first surgery.
It was when they attempted to cut my hymen that they realized that I didn't have a hymen or a vagina, and that's how I found out.
I was then told that I would have to have surgery so that I could have a normal sex life with my husband when I got married. And I had my vaginal reconstructive surgery when I was 15. My friends were all told that I was going on vacation, so I didn't have anybody come visit me. I laid in the hospital for 17 days with things stuck in me. They took all the skin off of my butt and wrapped it around a mold and inserted it inside of me to create a vagina. And then people would come in and sort of check it and poke and prod, and I remember waking up in the middle of the night and there was a strange man under my sheets. I was like, who are you? He said, oh, you know, I'm the podiatrist. I was just curious. So, a podiatrist? I mean, you know.
Meet Gavin Coleman, also born with an additional X chromosome, a condition called Klinefelter's syndrome.
Did I say intersex yet, did I?
I don't produce enough testosterone naturally in my body. We've got generally small testes and sparse body hair. You know, we don't grow very much facial hair. I didn't need to shave till I was 26. It's great. I didn't hit puberty. There was nothing happening with me. I had to watch everybody else basically doing what it said in the biology book that they'd be doing, but of course, what was it saying I was doing? There was no explanation. Basically, they were looking at my body and going, well, apart from him having small balls and a small penis, you know, he looks like a normal boy to me. But I was growing breasts. I mean, they were quite small, but they were visible and sticking out on a side view. It was suicidal thoughts. I was getting bullied and slagged. That was the worst part of it, really, you know. Having to listen to other people telling you what you are and you're not even sure what the hell you are. And I'm thinking, maybe I am a girl because I certainly don't feel like a guy. Never felt like a guy. I think a lot of intersex people are not sexually active. To share our body that we're not actually comfortable with somebody else is really a nightmare. It's scary as hell and you just don't want to risk the rejection.
For those who confuse the boundaries between the sexes, the consequences can be severe. Sally Gross grew up in apartheid South Africa as Selwyn, a boy who was oblivious to how his genitals might be different to others.
I had some sense that something was awry, though I had no sense that it was to do with plumbing. Puberty was kind of confusing. My expectation was that I'd develop some kind of orientation, an attraction of some kind. No, I was asexual. I'm simply wired differently.
As one of nature's celibates, Selwyn gravitated towards religious life, and by the age of 34 had been ordained into the Catholic Order of Dominican priests.
My genitalia are about as radically ambiguous as you can actually get, and it says a great deal about my own kind of naivety and lack of curiosity that this was a penny which did not drop until I was actually in my 40s. If people didn't know me, they'd sometimes certainly take me for a woman. And it transpired that some of the children in the congregation were not persuaded that father was actually male. I knew that there was an issue of kind of gender and bodiliness. I didn't know exactly what it was, so I determined to take kind of advice about it, to know I had not just repressed it. And I was advised to live experimentally in female role. I didn't like the process of having to learn to put on makeup. You know, wearing the clothing, well, okay. In a sense, presenting as female did less violence to me than did presenting as male. But the truth is, I'm a person. I'm me.
This all proved too much for the Dominicans. Sally was eventually pushed out of the order.
There's more to being a man or a woman than just a genital. People have genitals. People are not genitals. Now, I know that's hard to believe because we've all met a lot of pricks in our lives.
Nature loves variety. We're all tall or short or fat or skinny. Why should you be stigmatized because your clitoris or your penis is smaller or larger than somebody else's?
I love being intersex. I just wish they didn't fuck with my body so much.
We have created this cycle of, oh my God, we have to fix it, shame it, hide it, and then there's another intersex birth. You've never talked about the one that might be your neighbor.
I consider my sex to be intersex. I mean, I do cross the female box when I have to choose one, but my body isn't female.
It's not just male, it's not just female. I'm intersex.
Sorry, society, because it would have been so simple if it was just male and female, but you're gonna have to change your mind now.
Intersexuality is the most common congenital difference. It's gonna be here, and we're gonna have to deal with it.
It's about down there. We're not allowed to have anything different down there.
Being intersex has been, honestly, a gift for me.
It doesn't suck to be intersexed. It sucks to be persecuted. We share that with everybody.
I am different because I was born different. And you were different because you was born different.
Intersex isn't uncommon, it's just unheard of.
So, now you've met some of my little tribe. Well, I say little, but there's a lot of us out there. You just don't normally get to see us. For some reason, any blurring of the two genders is still an uncomfortable concept for many people. But it doesn't have to be. Yes, we've got something different between our legs. But we're really just people. We live in houses, go to work, we have friends and family, hopes and dreams. We are people, just like you.